WWE Superstars showcase their amazing work, but there have been times when they weren't at their best. I'm Emily May, and here are some of the 5 most embarrassing moments for WWE Superstars. Number 5, Vince McMahon gets his head shaved. In 2007, Vince McMahon was involved in a feud with Donald Trump. This led up to a match at WrestleMania 23 dubbed the Battle of the Billionaires, with the stipulation that the loser had to get his head shaved. Of course, the billionaires didn't fight themselves, they picked wrestlers to represent them in the ring. Trump chose Bobby Lashley, while McMahon chose Umaga. However, during the match, Trump had a hilarious moment when he delivered a clumsy clothesline to McMahon. Vince's arch nemesis Stone Cold Steve Austin was the special guest referee, which didn't work in the boss's favor as Austin stopped Shane McMahon from helping his father. In the end, Umaga lost to Lashley, meaning Vince had to get his hair shaved off. McMahon hesitated, but Lashley and Austin tied him to the chair as Trump took great pleasure in shaving McMahon's head. Number 4, Brock Lesnar kisses Kurt Angle. In the summer of 2003, Brock Lesnar was involved in a competitive feud with Kurt Angle, and after an episode of SmackDown in 2003, he stayed back in the ring along with Angle and decided to play a prank on the Olympic hero as he baited Kurt with a handshake. The Beast Incarnate then grabbed Angle's face and kissed him on the lips in front of the entire crowd. The moment wasn't televised, but the fans in attendance were treated to an extremely bizarre yet hilarious moment. It certainly would have been uncomfortable for Angle. Talking about the unexpected kiss on his podcast, The Kurt Angle Show, earlier this year, Angle said, "It shocked the out of me, man. Of all people to do it, Brock Lesnar? Like, he never does this kind of stuff, so it was like, does he really like me? Probably not, Kurt, since Lesnar clearly admitted he thinks about Bobby Lashley while in bed." Number 3, Miss WrestleMania Battle Royal at WrestleMania 25. WWE booked a battle royal involving many female wrestlers in the company. When the match was first announced, it seemed like an intriguing idea and was viewed by some fans as a new era in women's wrestling. But instead of creating an unforgettable moment by rewarding the women, WWE chose to make it a comedy match. It came down to Melina, Beth Phoenix, and a diva known as Santina. This was Santino Marella's pretending to be his twin sister, Santina Marella. And take a guess who won it all? Of course it was Santina. The match also featured popular divas from the past such as Tori Wilson and Victoria, but WWE didn't pay much attention to them in terms of this moment and this match. Many fans considered this to be a waste of time as it did nothing for the women involved and an embarrassment for the women's division. Number 2, Eva Marie's wardrobe malfunction. On August 9, 2016, Eva Marie was booked to go one-on-one with Becky Lynch, but after making a sultry entrance, Eva's top came off before the match even started as she stood in the ring. Becky simply laughed at her while the referee covered her up with a towel and canceled the match. It was just a part of the ongoing storyline where Eva Marie kept finding different ways to get herself out of a wrestling match. With the announcement that Eva couldn't compete, Becky was visibly upset and issued an open challenge, which was accepted by Alexa Bliss. They had a competitive match and Becky was in control until Eva Marie returned, with the announcer's voice saying that she was now ready to compete. This distracted the man, and Alexa took the opportunity to win the match. Eva not competing in the match might have made sense for her character, but the way WWE handled this was still one of the most embarrassing moments of her career. Number 1, Shockmaster's debut. When it comes to shocking moments in professional wrestling, the Shockmaster's debut is at the top of the list. At WCW Clash of the Champions 1993, Sting and the British Bulldog introduced him as someone who would shock the world. But when he emerged in a sparkly and glittery stormtrooper helmet, he tripped and fell to the ground and his helmet came off. This instance got infamous as one can still find memes of it. He attempted to shrug it off after getting back to his feet, but the damage was already done. Ole Anderson, who provided the voice for the Shockmaster, was heard laughing before delivering his lines. The whole segment was a mess, leading to a comic gem in the never-ending world of online clips of pro wrestling moments. Unfortunately, it completely destroyed Shockmaster's momentum in WCW.